When using technology, you know that's benefiting your students. So I made my list of 12 questions that I asked myself that lets me know I'm benefiting my students so they can learn the content correctly and they are being engaged in the material. Question number 1 is, are my students engaged in content-specific technology? Not are they engaged in technology, because that can mean a lot of different things. You can be having fun but not learning anything. 2 is, are my students motivated to use technology? Am I using my technology in a way that's going to motivate my students to want to continue learning? For example, IXL. Kids love it and they want to keep going on it and going on it and going on it because it's so fun, even though they're still doing work. And you can use technology as like a carrot almost, like dangle in front of them and say, if you beat this level, if you make this standard, you can get this reward or something. Question 3 is, are my students applying real-world application? I think that's really obvious and important. Like, we need to apply what the students are learning to the real world so they understand the importance. Number 4, what are issues I may come across when using this specific technology? I want to be prepared for everything. Number 5, do my students know how to use this technology? Am I going to have to spend time teaching them how to? Do they already know how to? Are they able to do it by themselves? Is something that's going to take a lot of explaining? Number 6, what DOK level are my students using with this technology? So, are they just using basic terms such as recall or demonstrate, or are they using words like create and justify and prove? Number 7, what do I expect my students to learn from this? So are my students going to be meeting a standard? Like, that's what's really important for us. Number 8, how is this technology enhancing my lesson? So I'm not just using technology to say I'm using technology. Am I using technology for the benefit of my students, and it's going to help my lesson be more understandable for my students? Number 9, can I formatively assess or summatively assess my students using this technology? That's pretty straightforward. Am I able to assess them in any sort of way? Is it just kind of like a fun? Is it just kind of an activity that's fun for them and engaging, but still related to content? Number 10, what accommodations can be made for my students? My students have disabilities, or students who may not understand the technology, or maybe they're not able to use it at home. What accommodations can be made? Number 11, what multiple intelligence can be used with this technology? Am I hitting different differentiation levels? Are all my students going to be engaged with different activities on the technology they're using? Number 12, can this technology be used as an extension for this lesson or a bridge for the next lesson? I don't know if that one's necessarily like a necessary part of it, but it's nice to know that maybe I can use it to bridge into the next lesson, or if my students feel confident on something, this can just extend their knowledge on it. So those are the 12 questions that came up for me. Now for students, I have another list and it says, am I using technology correctly? And here I'll show you it. So now, the first one is, do I know my login information? So as soon as they get on technology, like, they have to know it. I don't want them asking every single time. 2, am I being safe? No personal information, and we will go over what personal information is at the beginning of the school year. Number 3, do I understand how to use this technology? That's pretty self-explanatory. Are they going to need extra help? Do they need a partner for this, like as in to help them? Or do they just know how to use it perfectly fine? Number 4, do I understand what I am learning? They need to know the benefit of it. They need to know what the end goal is for them whenever they use this technology. Number 5, am I engaged in the lesson? I think that one's kind of funny to ask a student because maybe they don't understand that, but like, I will try to explain the best to them, like, are they having fun? Are they understanding? Are they involved? Number 6, do I have any questions that I can't figure out on my own? So after they go through all this, they need to say, is there anything I don't know or anything that I need help with that I need to ask my teacher? And those are my 2 lists, and I think that will help me and my students when we use technology throughout the classroom, throughout the school year.